In the last video in this series, we talked about how to use ChatGPT as your personal assistant. So if you haven't watched that video yet, it'll be linked below. But today we're going to talk about Magic School. So Magic School has so many tools. You can see right here on this page, they just have tons of them that will help you save so much time and be more productive. But we're just going to focus on a few top tools that I think are most helpful. So first up, let's dive into their email tools. So Magic School has the professional email, the email responder, and the email family tool. So they all work pretty similarly, but let's jump into the professional email tool. So you're just going to come in here, you're going to add your name, and then down here, you're going to give it a prompt. So the content that you want to include in the email, and be as specific as possible and include as much detail as you can. So here's mine. I wanted to act as a fourth grade teacher, and I want to write an email to students, parents, and guardians requesting their participation in the holiday festival, highlighting the areas that they can help. So setup, donating food, etc. And I include that the email should be 1 to 2 paragraphs long and should have a friendly but professional tone. So once I have that in there, I'm going to select Generate. It might take a few seconds, but you can see that it generated this email for me, and I can come in here and I can copy this. I can paste it in whatever email platform that I'm using and continue to edit and refine that. But then you can take this a step further. So you can see I wrote right here, can you translate this to Spanish? And then it takes that exact same email and translated it into Spanish. So you can have any email translated into a different language, which just helps save a ton of time. But I definitely recommend going back through and double checking and not just copying and pasting it and using it as is, but reading through it and customizing this to fit your needs. It's a really great starting point. So the next tool I want to show you is the lesson plan generator. So this really simplifies the process of designing comprehensive and engaging lessons. So I'm going to click on it right here. If you can't find a tool that's not popping up right on like the top of your dashboard, then you can just search for it right up here in the search window. So once you're in here, you can come in and you can customize this for your lesson plan. So you're going to go ahead and select your grade level. So mine's 4th grade. And then you're going to put in your topic, standard, or objective. So I added mine in, which is the introduction to the life cycle. And then down here, you're going to want to add additional criteria. So any details that will be helpful to kind of get that comprehensive lesson plan. So what their last lesson was on, any more detail you can provide if you wanted to include group work or assessments or a group project, anything like that, you're going to want to add in this section. So I added in that students are being introduced to the life cycle. I needed an introductory lesson, and then I want this to include engaging group activities and formative assessment ideas. And then in here, you can set any standards that you want this lesson plan to align to, which is really helpful. So I'm going to select Generate once I have this filled out. And in seconds, this generated this comprehensive lesson plan for me on the introduction to the life cycle. So I have my objective, I have assessment ideas, which I specifically asked for in that previous section. There's key points, there's the opening of how I can start the lesson, the introduction to new material, guided practice, independent practice, closing, an extension activity, homework, and then the standards that are addressed through this. So you saw that just took a few seconds for me to fill out, and I have this really great starting point that I can come in here and continue to edit and add to, but it gives me that starting point. The last tool I want to show you is the writing feedback tool. So personally, I wouldn't just use this tool alone, but it gives you a really great starting point, just like the other tools. So with these AI feedback tools, it's important to really look at the output and go in and adjust and customize the content. That way the feedback is in line with what you would traditionally give students. So much like the others, you're going to come in here and you're going to customize this for you. So I'm going to enter my grade level, which is 4th grade. So I'm first going to describe the assignment, which is a comprehensive summary on the book James and the Giant Peach. And then here you can specify the type of feedback or just upload a rubric. So I have a rubric already, so I'm going to go ahead and attach it by using this little paperclip icon. So you can just find that file on your desktop or in your Google Drive and just attach it right there. You can see mine's now added. And then below that, you're going to add any additional instructions for the type of feedback. So I'm going to add in here, make sure to focus on the conventions and organizations section on the rubric. And then you can just come in here and insert your students' writing that you want feedback on. So you can copy and paste it in here, or you can use the paperclip icon and upload it or attach any file from Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive. Once that's all in here, I'm going to select Generate. Okay, you can see that this generated the feedback on the book summary, James and the Giant Peach. So there's areas of strength. So really kind of complimenting them, telling them what they did well, the areas for growth, what they can kind of improve, and then general feedback on writing mechanics. So this kind of goes into some more detail of like several sentences start with the or James. Try mixing up your sentence starters to make your writing more dynamic. So it gives you a really great starting point for that feedback. And you can come in here, you can copy this and paste it in whatever LMS that you're using. So Magic School has so many tools. It's kind of overwhelming how many tools that they have, but they have so many great ones. And these are just a few that can really help you save a ton of time and be more efficient. So I hope you check out Magic School and start using some of the tools in there. Thanks so much for watching.